The Home Doctor, practical medicine for every household. The Home Doctor, practical medicine for every household, is a doctor-written and approved guide on how to manage most health situations when help is not on the way. If you want to see what happens when things go south, all you have to do is look at Venezuela. No electricity, no running water, no law, no antibiotics, no painkillers, no anesthetics, no insulin or other important things. But if you want to find out how you can still manage in a situation like this, you must also look to Venezuela and learn the ingenious ways they develop to cope. Here's just a small glimpse of what you'll find in The Home Doctor, practical medicine for every household. 10 medical supplies you need to have in your house. These supplies are not expensive and should still be available, but they tend to run out fast. One of the 10 supplies you should have in advance is a painkiller called naproxen, which is over-the-counter and more powerful than others like ibuprofen, for example. The biggest mistakes you can make in a blackout. Inside The Home Doctor, you'll also learn about the biggest medical mistakes you can make in a blackout and what to do with important medications that require refrigeration, like insulin or Humira. How to recognize a heart attack and what to do next. Look at its 4 distinctive symptoms. First, chest discomfort that feels like uncomfortable pressure, squeezing, fullness, and pain in the middle of your chest that lasts for more than a few minutes. The second symptom is discomfort or pain in one or both arms and your back, neck, jaw, or stomach. The third symptom is shortness of breath. The last thing you need to watch out for is breaking out in a cold sweat, nausea, and lightheadedness. These don't all come at once. But if you see even 1 or 2, it's time to call 911. What happens when you take expired medications? No country in the world has had to use more expired medication than Venezuela. The only 4 antibiotics people should stockpile. Modern antibiotics are lifesavers. Without them, a simple cold can quickly turn into a deadly pneumonia. An infection in a small cut can become life-threatening. The best natural painkiller that grows in your own backyard. Another thing you'll discover is the best natural painkiller that probably grows in your own backyard. An ingenious way to stockpile prescription medicines, including insulin. The author shows you how to deal with shortages of medicines such as insulin, which some people need to take every day. How to quickly recognize a stroke, and the first thing you must do immediately afterward. When dealing with a stroke, time is of the essence, and every second counts. Inside The Home Doctor, the author will show you the fastest way you can recognize it and the one thing you must do immediately to improve your chances. What happens if you take the wrong probiotics? Discover the only probiotics you really need to keep in your medicine cabinet. A simple at-home method for the flu and other respiratory issues. During the flu season, a lot of people end up in the hospital with a high fever, coughing their lungs out. A step-by-step approach to deal with almost every skin injury and condition. In Chapter 3, Skin and Skin Appendages, you'll find out all you need to know to manage conditions of the skin, such as corns, warts, athlete's foot, burns and scalds, dermatitis, fungal infections of the nails, insect bites and stings, abscesses, ulcers, or open wounds. You'll also discover why you should put egg whites on second-degree burns, what over-the-counter medicines and creams to stockpile, and the exact process of cleaning, stitching, and treating an open wound at home. The unnoticed symptom. That may point to an internal inflammation. You'll also learn about the little-known body signs that tells you if you have hidden inflammation inside your body at this very moment. The 1-minute stretch. That relieves most back and neck pains. You'll find out how I deal with my back problems. Until I found this 1-minute stretch routine, I often woke up like a hunchback and could barely walk to the bathroom. If this sounds at all familiar to you, you should learn this simple move. A natural DIY antibiotic salve recipe to keep around. The recipe found inside The Home Doctor aids in keeping a wound from becoming infected and help reduce scarring. How to perform a complete breast exam at home. A woman should know how to determine if there is anything wrong with your breasts. That's why I'll show you a simple set of diagrams and instructions that you can follow to put your mind at ease. How to use leeches medicinally. Just like folks 100 years ago, have you ever heard of leeches used as medicine? An ingenious eggshell remedy and 25 others made from things people usually throw away. One man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say. How to take care of toothaches and mouth infections when you can't visit a dentist. A dental infection can quickly become a nuisance, so you want to know how to take care of it the right way. The best way to tell if an arrhythmia is benign or dangerous. Some changes in heart rate and rhythm are normal during sleep, physical activity, and moments of stress. But other times, an irregular heart rhythm or arrhythmia may be a serious problem, which, left untreated, can lead to cardiac arrest and stroke. The way you decide if it's time to call 911 is by looking at the symptoms of dangerous arrhythmia, which never appear for milder versions. These are shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheartedness, near fainting or fainting, and mild chest pain. If you feel your heart beating too fast or too slow and also experience at least one of these symptoms, call an ambulance immediately. How to remove an ingrown nail. You'll also discover how to remove an ingrown nail. Why you should always keep a stick of gum close by if your ears start to hurt. How to know what's wrong if you've got abdominal pain. I'll also show you what to do if you're experiencing pain in your abdomen. Are your migraines hiding something more serious? You'll discover which two types of migraines are most common and the simple but essential things you need to do to identify which one you have and how to get rid of it. How to deal with injuries caused during social unrest. You'll also learn how to deal with typical wounds caused by violent protesters and rioters. What doctors do to keep their immunity high. You'll also discover how to keep your immune system healthy. How to use salt and oil for tooth and gum decay. You'll also discover the old mustard oil and salt remedy that people use to restore gums and remove plaque. The 10 most sought-after bartering items in Venezuela. I'll also show you 10 non-medical items you must stockpile now. A before-bed recipe to sleep like a baby again. You'll also find out about some of the ingredients that you probably have in your kitchen right now, which when mixed the right way can help you fall asleep. If you are taking sleeping pills from time to time, even melatonin, you should try to replace them with this recipe instead, as it's natural and completely safe. The interesting home reliefs from our grandparents that could help you. You'll also rediscover 40 home remedies our grandparents taught us that doctors still use or prescribe. The antibiotic plant that saved Venezuela. Did you know there is a sort of natural doxycycline to be found as close as your own backyard? Cabbage wraps for inflammation. Cabbage leaves are a great anti-inflammatory and contain compounds that can also draw out poison or pus from a wound and speed up the healing. Why you should always keep some Listerine in your medicine cabinet. I'll also show you why keeping a small stockpile of Listerine in your medicine cabinet can be a very good idea. If you decide to place a copy of The Home Doctor, Practical Medicine for Every Household on your bookshelf today, there are 2 additional gifts in store for you, all still free of charge for now. 2 additional gifts today for free. Wild edibles you can forage for or find around your house. With this bonus, you'll be able to identify wild edibles and take advantage of your backyard supermarket. Natural healing secrets of Native Americans. 60 days money-back guarantee. You'll have a full 60 days to try The Home Doctor, Practical Medicine for Every Household. We do not recommend or advocate the everyday use of pet or fish antibiotics. We suggest stockpiling these antibiotics and using them only in case of an extraordinary event like an apocalypse that changes the world as we know it, leading to the collapse of society, medical system, law and order, and the dissolution of the social fabric.